Hi, it's Martin from Steffi Bull Promotions. Delighted to announce our next guest. Anybody that's been to the Donny Dome, to Metrodome, to Magna Centre, and felt the atmosphere that this boy brings to the boxing game is a lucky person. It's Joe Flint. Jimmy, thank you very much for giving us some of your time.
My pleasure. Thank you also.
2020, it was a year that we remember when we had an interview in 2020 and we had big plans. Unfortunately, not going to talk about it too much about this virus. It kind of scuppered all the plans. You was one of the lucky ones to have your last fight. Got the victory. We had a chat after. And he was like, right, this is where we're going to go. It kind of stopped because of what's happened. So we're going to get you on today, have a little bit of a chat, bit of a catch up about your previous boxing matches and how you got into boxing. And we'll talk about Jimmy Flint's Barmy Army as well.
There.
Jim, how did you get into boxing?
Well, I've always been around sports all my life. I used to play football as a kid, obviously grown out of that with injuries or whatever else. And some of my pals used to go to the local boxing gym. They said, why don't you come down one night and see what it's like? I said, yeah, no problem. Ended up going down and stuck into boxing ever since. It's been about 14.
It's mental, isn't it? Because when people mention the word boxing, they think that it's one of the most dangerous sports out there. But I know so many people that have had more injuries from football than boxing.
Yeah, definitely. Don't get me wrong, you put your life on the line every time you step through the ropes, but it's a sport that only some of us can do, innit?
Yeah, no, what 100%. What I was saying there is the little injuries you get in football, like the knocks at the back of the head or the hamstring pulling, unless it's sparring or you pull up during a run, boxing, it's quite a good physical sport. And you like you said, you get the injuries probably during a fight. But in football, you're constantly getting niggling injuries. So was that why you kind of turned away from football?
Oh, yeah, I had a bad ankle injury and turned away from it or out for about 5 or 6 months with it. Couldn't get back right. And then I just said, no, I've had enough. Then I was away for about a year, just growing up. And then I went to the boxing gym at about 14 and I've been in ever since.
Was it like the first day you walked into a boxing gym? Was it one of them where you was kind of... Because I've been into a boxing gym. The first ever time I went into a boxing gym, I'll be honest, I was intimidated. I was scared. I was thinking, oh, man. But people like yourself, as you said, you've been in the game for so long now. Was it love at first sight?
Pretty much, yeah. I went in and I was just one of them kids. I thought, yeah, this is a bit of me, this. And that's it. Here we are today.
Next thing you know, gloves was laced up. What was your style like when you was a kid, when you was young? Like, was you, because at the moment, like your style at the moment, you've got many a style like you. People cannot say about. That's probably the wrong thing to say. But what I say is, there's a lot of boxers out there that have got records, and they're very much patched up records. They're very much, say, they're 10, 12 and 0, and they haven't really fought anyone. People, if anyone's watched your fights, which I know for a fact they have, you've been in some absolute wars, literally, and you're not scared to bite down that gum shield and go through. You can take a shot, you can damn well give a shot, but all your fights are exciting. Do you think was that a style that you planned when you was young, a bit like a Rocky Marciano style, where you literally you just don't. You just don't give up at all.
It wasn't, I'd say, planned. It was just something, I don't know, adapted straight away. And I've always been like that. You can watch my amateur fights and I've always had the same style. Obviously, you adapt to every different opponent, but when it's time to get down and dirty, I will bite down on that gumshoe and I'll fight.
Does Jimmy, your trainer's Jimmy Harrington, correct? Yeah. Does Jimmy ever say to you, let's not try and get into a fight, let's just try and box? Or
Obviously, we have the game plan before every fight. He studies my opponents. Him and Steffi sit down before every fight, and they choose the opponents. Each one's the right opponent for the step in the journey that I'm taking. Obviously, he chooses a game plan, and I go to instruction. So if he says go out, do a twirl, and hit him in face, I'll try and go out, do a twirl, and hit him in face.
I hope to God your next fight, Jimmy Harrington turns around and says, Jimmy, I want you to go out there, do a twirl, and hit him in the face. No, but it's such it's refreshing as well, because when you step up to the fight, the bigger fights, like the central area fights and the potential matchroom shows, we'll go on to that later. You've actually got that fight in you. I remember there was a fight, not your last one, the one before. It was before there was a big upset beforehand where I think it was Kinciana had just got defeated. You walked into a cauldron that night where a lot of people had seen a shock on the cards, and that fight that you had was an absolute war. You got the victory. You boxed fantastic. You stood there. You bit down on your gum shield at times. That's perfect for you because you're 23 years of age. You're already experiencing these fights where there's a lot of 23-year-olds out there that are getting victories where they're just having fights with, and people are not really coming to fight. They're coming to just kind of walk around the. I don't want to say journeyman because that's disrespectful, but can you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, definitely. Well, you got to give a lot of credit to Steffi and Jimmy for that, because they're the ones who choose my fights. And like you say, when it comes to the time I have to do the 10 rounds, central area and so on, I'll be ready for it. I'll already have been in the tough fights, ready for the tougher fights.
In the amateur game, did you find much of a difference to the pro? Because I know in the amateur it's very, it's in and out and throw punches in bunches, as they say.
Yeah, to be fair, I fell out with the sport over amateur boxing. As you say, my style, it's not for amateur boxing. I had a couple of seniors with no head guard, won one, lost one. And I come away from the sport for about a year, had some time out, and then obviously I went into the gym, seen Jimmy, said I want to turn over. I think that's more my style. And he said, no problem, show me you're committed and we'll go for it.
Was that if just tell your viewers, was it something like around about a couple 2-3 stone that you had to lose just to prove that you was actually set on fighting?
Yeah, I think I walked back in the gym at like 14 stone. I'd had a year away, just eating, drinking, doing whatever I like. Not really, well, obviously exercising, playing odd football with lads or whatever. But I think I walked back in the gym at 14 stone. And obviously Jimmy took a look at me and said, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. He said, no problem. Show me you're determined. Show me that you want to do something. I think I had a camp with Max Hughes. He were headlining a Donny Dome show, I think it was. And I'd done a full camp with him. And I think I lost about 2.5 stone. I got from 14 stone to, I think it was 11 stone 8 or something like that. He said, right, you ready? So I'd done a camp, and he said, this is what it's going to be like for the rest of your boxing career. It's going to be hard. You need to be in it. And I said, yeah, this is what I want.
What's it been like over the past year? Like, just honestly, like, has there been times where you've sat there and you thought, you know what, I'm gonna pig out tonight, or I ain't gonna train tomorrow because I've got nothing to look forward to?
Yeah, obviously, I'm only a human being. There's only so much your body can take, and when you're just training and training and training, and nothing seems to be coming, you need to let your body relax, and you need to feed it rubbish sometimes. But obviously, you need to stay in the gym as well, and I have done.
Steffi put a message out a couple of weeks ago. Steffi Wright and Litty, and to be fair, quite a lot of trainers, and I thought it was absolutely perfect. Basically, stay in the gym, because this is the time where last year you'd have probably had 2-3 fights, probably 2-3 fights. So
yeah,
you
definitely,
from
yeah.
having a camp to finishing your fight having a couple of weeks rest, back in the gym, back on camp, bit of a rest, back in the gym, back on camp. You've had a chance now where you've been able to sit back and look at where you need to improve. You haven't had to get into any serious camps. It's a bit like a learning process that I've kind of got the feedback. And I think it's brilliant because it's perfect. You guys, you're still allowed in the gym, which is amazing. There's people out there that are still not allowed in the gym. So it gives you a chance for you and Jimmy just to sit down and say, right, this is what I do good. This is what I don't do as good. This, I need to do this better. Would you say that's what it's been? Would you say that's what it's been like?
Yeah, I mean, we always work. We speak every single day, even when I'm not in the gym. You know, Jimmy's a really good friend of mine, and every day is a learning day, whether it be in the gym or you learn something else. It's always a learning day, no matter what you do.
And that's what is kind of the past year. That's probably what's pushed you through it, pushed the times when Jimmy's like, you got to come to you come into the gym, and then you start thinking, oh, I've got really nothing to look forward to, but you actually have because you're young. It's not as if like you're in your 30s and your career's kind of drifted away and you probably only got 1 or 2 fights. You've got some absolute monster nights ahead of you. So all these
Most definitely
sessions that you're doing are only going to be for your good.
Definitely.
And that's what Steffi said the other week. Bear with me, fighters. The dark days are nearly over and the good days are coming. And before we know it, we'll be in that changing room. You'll have your gloves laced up and you'll think, man, that year and a half, it did take forever. But it's here now. I'm back.
We're here and we're back.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what these Zoom chats are all about. Just so all your fans and sponsors and all of Steffi's fighters and Jimmy's fighters, they still know that you're here. They still know that you're ready to go. And when that green light comes, you and Jimmy Joe Flint's Barmy Army are going to be taking over Doncaster.
Definitely, most definitely.
We've got just a little background on yourself, Jimmy. We've got a young lad who's popular. Don't get me wrong, popular. He's sells many tickets, but you've got a certain team around you that do the ticket selling for you as well, which is absolutely fantastic. It's your dad, and is it Delroy?
Leroy takes his fair share, yeah. Other members of my family take the tickets. Obviously, my fiance, she takes the tickets and does my personal tickets. It's all done as a team. So it's all good work.
It's perfect because I know fighters that are knocking on people's doors 3-4 days beforehand to get ticket money or drop tickets off. You ain't got to worry about any of that. You've literally got to sit back there. You've got to sit down, head in the game, get training, knowing full well that everything's done and you're selling out venues.
Like I say, I just want to say thank you to all of them who helped me sell my tickets. Like you say, I get my personal tickets, I sell them, I share them out to the people who do sell them for me. I'm very thankful for that. And it just takes a lot of pressure off of me. And that leaves me to do what I do best with Jimmy. And it's learning, setting the game plan up. And then when it comes fight night, all the tickets are sold. We're ready to go. And it's left for me to do my job.
No, 100%. And let's just have a little chat about your fan base, because there's many a promoter out there, and this is God's honest truth, that dreams of kids like you, because I've been in Doncaster Dome, I've been in the Magna Centre. I think it was once I was at the Magna Centre and I forgot who was fighting, but there was a fair crowd there. And there must have been 3-4 coaches that all pulled up at the same time. And it went from a relaxed atmosphere to an absolute mental atmosphere. It was unbelievable. And everyone was there, Jimmy Joe this, Jimmy Joe that. And I actually looked and I thought, wow, the fan base you have is unreal. Literally, it's a credit to you, because they're coming to see you. They're not coming to see anyone else. They're spending their hard-earned money coming to see you, a 23-year-old Doncaster Rovers Amid football fan that is making moves in the boxing scene, and they're coming to see you. What's that feel
Yeah,
like?
it's very special. Honestly, it makes me proud to know that obviously, like I say, people's going out to work for a week and they're choosing to spend their hard-earned money to come and watch me, and I'm very thankful. You know, if ever I can do anything to help any of my fans or supporters, I will do in any way, shape, or form.
We've got
I will always give back.
the one thing that makes me laugh about yourself, Jim, is your sponsors. I've been in the changing room with you, and you've got a T-shirt, and there is no room for any sponsors. Literally, your T-shirt is covered. The back of your T-shirt is covered. Is that saying that there's no more room for sponsors, or are you prepared to ask to basically say, "I'm here, Jimmy Joe Flint. If you want to sponsor me, I'll put you on my shorts, I'll put you on my socks, my boots."
Oh,
Tattoo
there's
me arm.
always room. There's always room. Like you say, it can be on my boots, my socks, anywhere you can get, not a problem. Yeah, I still do sponsorship deals. Just contact me through my Instagram or my Facebook. I can sort your package out.
And what do we get? What will the sponsor get?
Obviously, like I'm doing the Zoom meetings with you now, they'll get thanked for everything they do for me. They'll get the logo on my kit, worn throughout training camps, and I'll sort you out with tickets as well. Obviously, when fight night comes, I'll be the first ones asked for the tickets.
Is there any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I haven't got my T-shirt with me, or I haven't got them wrote down, but they know who they are and they know the part they play in my career. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of them. They all do the bit, whether it's little or large. And thank you for always supporting me.
No, that's fantastic. Do you actually realise what's ahead of you?
Yeah, in a way, I know what's coming. You know, I believe in myself. My team believe in me. What more do I need to say?
Because I've had some serious conversations, and I speak to Steffi quite a lot. There's so much planned for you. Like there's central area titles, headlining Doncaster Dome. Just for a start, how would that feel? How would that make you feel?
It made me feel very proud because I headlined it once before as an amateur in my first senior fight for Freedom Boxing Club, which is where I'm still at now. And obviously to headline it as a pro as well, it'd be something to tick off my little book, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and there's a lot of whenever I speak to a boxer, I always ask, is there a certain title that you want? Like, not to say I'm happy to just get there, but
yeah, there's not a certain title I want, but the dream would be to win a British title. Anything more than that, and I can say I've done very well in the sport. But I think every boxer dreams of the British title, don't they?
British title defence, British title shot at the Keepmoat Stadium in Doncaster.
How about that then? Sold out in front of my hometown for the British title.
Yeah, look at the smile. Look at the smile on your face. Are there any boxers at the moment that you look at? Not calling anyone out, but are there any UK boxers that you look at the moment and think, I'll be able to take you?
No, not really. Every dog has its day, doesn't it? I'm not one for calling out or mentioning names. You know, when I'm ready, I'll be ready. Whoever's in front of me and whoever they put in front of me, they're there to be beaten, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%. There's a certain promoter out there at the moment. A couple of years ago, he come knocking on Steffi's door for a young girl called Terry. Three times she defended a world title last year, which is unreal. Eddie Hearn loves boxers with fans. You fit into that bill more than anything. Is your dream to basically be fighting on matchroom shows? Because I know certain people, that's what they have in store for yourself, to go along and fight on these matchroom shows along with Terry. How excited, like literally how excited are you about the chances?
Well, when we get the chance, obviously we take it with both hands, and where there were 3 or 4 coaches, I'm sure there'll be 5 or 6 turning up at any matchroom event.
No, that's absolutely fantastic. Jimmy, this is your chance now just to give a little message to your fans, your viewers and your sponsors. Go for it.
Yeah, again, I'd like to say thank you to all my sponsors. You all play your part, whether it be little or large. Thank you for supporting me. The people who text me through my social media, the phone calls, the text messages, when I'm back out, you wanting tickets, always showing your support, my family and friends. I'd like to say thank you very much. Take care and God bless. Thank you.
Remember the name, Jimmy Joe Flint. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you, mate.